I'm back with another fairy tale book I loved. White Cat, Black Dog by Kelly Link is a short story collection inspired by fairy tales that sometimes adapts a tale very close to the source and other times simply takes a little inspiration and then goes in its own direction. Coincidentally, I read this book just about a month ago and just learned that this weekend I'll be on a panel with the author Kelly Link as part of Dark Summer Book Fest put on by the Framingham Public Library in Central Mass. That's happening this Saturday, August 8th. Please visit us for a book signing and panels on fantasy and horror literature with an incredible list of authors. But back to my brief book pitch. So my two favorite stories in this book bookended the whole anthology. The White Cat's Divorce is the opener, and it's based on my beloved Madame Delnoy's The White Cat. And Link's version is actually very close to the original story in a lot of ways, even so much that the narration reads very much like a 21st century Madame Delnoy. Her version is set in a modern era. Instead of a king, we meet a rich man who is terrified of aging, so much so that he sends his son out on these bizarre quests so they won't be around to remind him how old he is. And the youngest son meets the White Cat, who runs a dispensary with other cats, weed farmer cats. But the best parts are the delicious twists at the end of the tale that had me cackling. Skinder's Veil is the concluding tale and my favorite of the batch, and it's inspired by Snow White and Rose Red, though in this case the adaptation bears little resemblance to the fairy tale. Did you see what I did there? One could probably use many other fairy tales as a stand-in for its plot, which concerns a PhD candidate who house sits at a house in the woods under some very strange rules and even stranger house guests. It's a super moody tale, very wry and mystical, and it needs to be read with a blank slate, so that's all I'm giving you. I really liked it. Other standouts for me in this collection were The White Road, which is a sort of feels like kind of a southern dystopian Musicians of Bremen, with a really good twist on an undead apocalypse. The Girl Who Did Not Know Fear, which under Lake's hands didn't really feel like it has anything to do with the fairy tale it's riffing on, but it's another really cool story with a fabulous twist, so I don't really care that the fairy tale didn't really sync up with me. And the other one I really liked is The Lady and the Fox, which is a retelling of Tam Lin, but with sort of a time traveler's wife romance at its center. I highly recommend the collection both for fairy tale nerds and fans of speculative, very literary short fiction. And you can meet me and Kelly Link this Saturday, August 8th in Framingham, Massachusetts, as part of Dark Summer Book Fest put up by the Framingham Public Library. I hope to see you there Saturday, August 8th. I'm saying it again. I always love meeting my followers, and I don't get to meet a lot of you, so come on down. I think it's going to be a really wonderful book festival.